All right, should be up and running here. I'll let the other stream get caught up though. Yeah, it looks like it just went live there as well. All right, so we will be going over the market. A lot to go over, but I think we are pretty well prepared for today's price action. And then we'll also go over the plays from today. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Good afternoon. This is Ifan from the Strategic J Trader, and this is your market wrap for December 3rd, 2021. All right, coming into today, we were waiting for the hourly sell to resume the bearish bias on the Qs and SPY. It's not that we were bullish, but we wanted to see a previous hourly bar break, and then the expectation was to go back to the lows. Okay, the lows of this pivot here. Okay, and they were all doing very similar patterns. IWM, SPY were all very similar patterns on the hourly. Now the dailies are different. Daily on the IWM is very much weaker. Now we turned bearish on this first, right? Out of the bunch, out of the three. And that remains to be the weakest. A large breakout failure happening. So far, breakout no follow through, but maybe a breakout failure on the IWM. Okay, so going into Monday, then we're gonna have basically the same situation that we had going into yesterday morning. Okay, which is that we've gotten the sell-off. Okay, we've gotten the sell-off. We not the time to be initiating shorts right after all these bars, right? I think even on this, on this morning here, someone asked me, "Can I short the Qs now?" I said, "What's the set?" They asked me, "Can I short the Qs? Is there any way to say?" I said, "No. There's multiple bars down like this. This is not where you want to start shorting." Okay, we've already dropped quite a bit, and so now when is the time on an hourly sell setup? And the hourly sell setup triggered this morning, declining 20 MA, curling over price underneath here, right? There's a big difference. Imagine starting your position here versus starting it here, right? This person is coming into target at the time that you're getting back to break even. It's a big difference, right? So hourly sell. So again, we are looking for the retracement back to the 20 MA potentially. Now, let's say tomorrow or Monday we don't get the move up, right? Let's say we just base. Okay, fine. Under the lows, that'll be a breakdown. That's fine. And then what if we gap down on Monday? I was a little bit more easier call before we got a little bit of this rally here at the end. Because I think if we gap down, especially depending on the size on Monday, we may sell off a little bit first, but then the focus will be to be bullish. If you remember, I was doing the open on this day, and I said the same thing. If we gap down a lot, okay, that'll be the kind of the easiest scenario. Or if we sell off hard at the open, we'll look for a long. If we start to move up a little bit harder, we'll have to wait and see what the sell up looks like. Okay, so a lot of what I said about going into yesterday is going to be true, or 2 days ago is going to be true for going into Monday morning. Okay, we're following this hourly downtrend. The hourly downtrend, the sell setup just got to target. You don't want to be entering short into target. So we're going to see what the bounce looks like potentially on Monday. If we don't bounce, if we just stay sideways, and then it's going to be a breakdown. If we gap down a good amount, we probably will have to sell off some first, and then we'll look for a long. Okay, it's possible we get bought right at the open, but I think the fact that we got a little bit of buying right here means buyers here will be trapped Monday morning if we gap down. If it was a straight shot like this, then that's easier to be bullish at the open if we gap down. Like if we ended like the way we did here. Okay, but the fact that we got a little bit of buying here, I'm less sure about what we do on a gap down, okay, on Monday morning. But if you're in the room, we will tackle that together. All right, let's go over the plays here. Lots of scalps today, especially in the morning. But the SWBI from James, very, very nice. Okay, play this along with him, did the ad with him. Very good gap here, very damaging gap for the SWBI. See it taking out the 200 there. Far, far below, looking very damaged on this SWBI. Okay, and of course the market held. All right, so here it is. try to put in a little bit of green bar first, base breakdown. So I think this was the first play, and then he did an ad. Okay. So, yesterday, I felt like the main mistake I made yesterday, which I don't feel bad about, but I recognize it was a mistake, was not adding to the AI. Because the AI gave an even better setup from my initial setup. Now, it's rare in trading that you make a mistake and then soon after it, you get a chance to fix it. Okay. But of course, the SWBI, if I see the same exact thing happen, I'm not going to make the same mistake. So AI, it was a nice play overall. Not, trying to be overly harsh, but this is such a good 1 minute base breakdown. 1 minute, 20 minute catches up, then curls over price. So here was my first entry. Now, I didn't know, of course, that this was going to turn into a really nice base. I thought, okay, if we break down, we might just go. So, and it's set up that way. And then, that's the chance to add some more. Okay. Today on the SWBI, same thing. Very similar setup. Initial base gives you an even longer base. 1 minute catches up. Now, it had a little bit of a rally back, but never took out the stop. Okay. And then there you go, in it till the hourly trails. Okay. So SWBI, that was pretty nice. Nice play there from James. And then the CD, I don't know if you played the CD with me, mentioned it right as it was basing at 6. We're starting to get some really nice follow through on these penny base breakdowns. Boy, and then $6 on this thing, right here. Now, I could have played this much earlier because this was a very good gap down. All the Chinese ADRs were getting sold very hard at the open. This was clearing basically to, I believe, all-time lows. Yes, on the CD. Okay. And so, yeah, I was definitely interested in this. I thought this was one of the better gaps today, but with the whole sector gapping down, wasn't sure really what to go after. We've talked about this before. We've seen it in like the energy sector or Bitcoin related things or vaccine related things, when the whole sector is gapping down, casinos, airlines, sometimes it's a little bit harder to know what to go after because, you're going to get varying degrees of follow through. What I prefer to do is just go after the one that I know is in focus. And so I did end up letting this go, which would have been a huge play, but that's okay. Had my reasons, and just try not to be too hard on myself about it. But what was nice too is able to catch some scalps on this. I did try again here at the end of the day to play this drop. I was on the mic, as you guys know. I tried to play it under 6, didn't get filled. And then so very similar again, really nice drop again, but no fill on this. Okay, I didn't try it early because it was taking a lot of time to get going. You can see this base took a while and had a lot of shakes, so I did not try it early, but really nice play there on the CD. Okay. All right, so yeah, that was kind of, I mean, there was a lot more. These are the things that I played today. There's a lot more out there. Some things like the DIDI I didn't have available, so I couldn't short it, although sometimes I try just to see if maybe it became available at some point. So, yeah, but I knew from the very open, it said it was NTB and on TUS, that means it's not available, not even if you're in the hard to borrow program. But yeah, a couple times today I just tried it. I was like, maybe it gives it to me. I don't know. So yeah, so this was good. Here's the daily on this. Beautiful. I missed the DNA. DNA was a base breakdown here. Look at the daily falling apart there. And then I know some people caught this one, base breakdown there. Really a lot of nice bearish items today. Didn't play anything long. Market just stayed in a downtrend up until the very end of the day. So I didn't think that there were really even that many good looking longs throughout the day that were even tempting. So, and I know that because on my play sheet, I don't have numbers for anything long, only shorts. Okay. Yeah. We already went over them all. SWBI, CD, DNA. Those are the only things I worked out numbers for, all shorts. The only other thing that's on here was the ASAN, but once I realized it was a $3.50 stop, looks like it wouldn't have worked. I decided not to play it. It's very spready, but really nice gap. I know it didn't follow through that much. Gap's a little bit too big, but still bearish. All right. That's going to do it for today's market wrap. Hope you have a nice weekend. We will be back at it on Monday, and I will talk to you then. Have a good evening.